Wait. Okay, go. We're good. Go. Hi,
Okay, welcome back, everybody. What was that?
I didn't have my like cursor on the screen that told me if I was recording or not. And when I tried to turn it on, it didn't come on, so I thought I wasn't recording at all, but then it popped up. I'm good.
I did the Dick's Sporting Good bounty yesterday.
How was it?
You know.
Dickish?
It's weird that their domain name is dicks.com.
I didn't know it was. That's impressive, actually. I wonder how many.
I was a little bit surprised.
I wonder how many.
How did you get dicks.com?
Yeah, how many work filters do not let you go shopping at Dick's? Like, is it in their best interest to keep that?
I mean, they also, whenever you go to dicks.com, it redirects you to dicksportinggoods.com.
So Dick's Sporting Good is probably their actual major domain.
Probably. But I wonder how much they had to pay for dicks.com.
I mean, they might have gotten it back in the day. Like, God, it wouldn't even be worth it to try to take that from the porn sites, right?
I mean, yeah. Do they No, I guess not. I was about to say, didn't they make a XXX domain there? But they didn't like enforce that.
Yeah. I was gonna say I've never. I watched a decent amount of porn in my day, and maybe still do. And it's never been on any website other than a .com.
That's weird because that is the domain, right? XXX, and it's expensive too.
I do think that there was a XXX domain that they created. Yes.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a site that uses the XXX domain name.
Have you ever heard about those places that have those crazy domain names that get caught in like your spam filters and stuff? Or your
like what?
Your company filters? Like one of the big ones is for coders. So you might have dealt with this back in the day, but there's a site called Experts Exchange.
I don't know about that.
Never heard about it. It's like this forum for coders where they can like ask each other questions about, different languages and coding something specific, and they get help from the experts. It's supposed to be the experts exchange of information.
Right.
But spam filters take all that stuff as expert sex change. So Experts Exchange actually way back when, sometime in the early 2000s, renamed themselves Experts-Exchange because they were sick of people not being able to access them.
Wow,
mainly
that's funny.
These IT companies who were basically their whole catering was toward IT companies. And, like they couldn't even do it.
Wow.
And then the other fun one was always the place that sells pens. Pen Island.
Oh,
Penis Land.
How did they not catch that whenever they were making their company?
Well, honestly, would you have really thought about that back in the day? You got to keep in mind, like now people probably look for that stuff when they're.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. When you're writing the stuff down on a piece of paper, you're like, let's call ourselves Pen Island. You have to write it down. You have to see penis. I would.
Well, whoever named somebody that a profession a therapist.
What is there? What is there? Therapist?
See, exactly. Look at the word therapist. What does it say?
Oh yeah. Okay, I had to type it out.
Yeah, it says the rapist. I mean, it's the same thing. Nobody, I'm sure, like a profession of therapy is like something completely different than what we're really talking about. But not many people associate the profession of therapist with the rapist because when they're looking at the word therapist written down, they don't think about it like that. So if you have had a company forever that you've called Pen Island, you're not going to think, oh, somebody might construe this as Penis Land.
2 words. I don't know. I feel like it's different because it's 2 words, but maybe not. Maybe this is pre-domain names and pre-words that were getting run together. Maybe not. But I still feel like they should have seen the Penis Land.
I hope one day I can, like, you start a website and I can be like, hey, you know what this might look like? And you're like, oh, shit.
You want to catch me?
Yeah. I hope one day that happens. That would be fantastic if it did. Hey, so we were talking before we started recording about Fogo de Chao.
Yeah.
So was there yesterday. Yesterday was the first time that I've ever been there where I was not inundated with people, the meat people.
I remember that fucking time that we went with the convention and I left hungry.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yes, I kind of felt like that, though I didn't leave hungry. We made sure we got our, our meat fill.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the table that we were at or the fact that we had 2 kids or the way we were sitting or what, but we just seemed to have gotten ignored by most of the meat, except one guy, the guy with the prime sirloin, came by our table like 6 times. But
want more?
It was just like nobody else was coming around, and and it's the first time that I haven't seen, like, you often see, the sausage guy and the chicken guy and this and that, like, a lot more often, because it seems like they're the less desired foods or something.
I love their chicken. I always hate that. Like, I don't know. I feel like they come around less because they're less popular, though. So I feel like there's a mix of that. Like, you see them more often sometimes.
I always feel that I see them the most often. And yesterday was the first time that I really because I try to avoid some of the things, not because I dislike them, because I want to fill up on the more, I'm a big red meat fan, so I'm trying to fill up on all the sirloins, the fillets, like anything red meat. I want to try all of it, like over and over and over again. And first guy that came to our table was the guy with chicken and sausage. And I was like, I'll try one of the sausages. It was one of the best damn sausages I ever ate in my life. I actually made him come back later and got another one because it was so damn good. And my son loved it. It was so funny. Like, my 2-year-old son, I was like, hey, Jack, you want to have some of the sausage? And I cut him up a little piece and I put it on his plate. And he had already gone to the salad bar. We had gotten some stuff from the salad bar, so he was like snacking on. And he grabbed the sausage, put it in his mouth, grabbed the sausage again on the table, put it in his mouth, looked at his food, looked over at my plate, grabbed all of my sausage and put it in his mouth. Like, he loved it. Like, thought it was delicious, which was, we don't get pork at home that much because my wife doesn't, do the pork thing. So I don't know if it was the fact that it was like real pork sausage or what, but yeah, he loves it.
Is it a religious thing?
No, she just prefers not to eat pork.
Oh, okay.
So then after that guy, it was pretty much we got the top sirloin, the bottom sirloin, the prime sirloin, the filet mignon, and then the filet mignon guy came back, and then it was basically the prime sirloin guy. Is all we ever saw again for the rest of the night.
It's weird.
Yeah, it was very.
Do they still do the
strange.
shrimp cocktail and stuff on your table?
No, shrimp cocktail. Never seen shrimp cocktail at Fogo.
Really?
Shrimp cocktail? They still do
yeah.
They do the plantains, which my son, once I finally got him to try it, because he didn't want to try it, but once he tried it, he realized how much he freaking loved it, and I knew he loves bananas. But they do the plantains, the little biscuits, and some yuca fries and mashed potatoes. And apparently for the kids, they offer them French fries, which I didn't know. Waiter asked us if we wanted French fries, and he said it really quiet. It was really cool. He was like, "You guys want some French fries for him?" Because he didn't want him to hear what we said, and we're like, "No, not really. Like, he's not gonna want the French fries, but bring on over those plantains. He's gonna tear up those plantains."
So yeah, the last 2 times I went to Fogo de Chao, they had shrimp cocktail. They put on the table too. That's like early, like before the vegetables even.
Oh, did they replenish?
No, it was just a one-time at the start of the meal thing.
It's sad, because I would love shrimp cocktail. But, a lot of that stuff, it's so bad because they put all that stuff there because they don't want you to eat all the meat. And I'll tell you, it's a fucking brilliant strategy because it's so delicious. Like,
I mean, I like their salad bar a lot. Like the asparagus and stuff out there, it's really good.
So, we went when I was on, paternity leave for a lunch one day because it's a lot cheaper to go for lunch. And not only is the dinner cheaper, the salad bar was only like $20, and you could add an 8-ounce sirloin steak to it, so you wouldn't get the whole Brazilian experience, but they would bring you like a steak for like
it's
10.
Actually 15. I was looking at it yesterday when we were talking about.
Oh, God, it was so cheap to do that for the lunch, and I could easily fill up on that salad bar. If I wasn't such a meat fan, I would easily go there and just get the salad bar. However, for dinner, and our waitress told us this, and so if you ever go and just want to do dinner and do the salad bar, she said, I would never let one of my my patrons eat just the salad bar. And we said, what are you talking about? And she goes, for 50 cents more, you can get the sea bass because it comes with the salad bar, and it costs $32.50 for the dinner versus $32.
Wow.
So get the sea bass, and it comes with a salad bar, or you just get the salad bar.
That's interesting.
So if you're ever there for dinner and just want the salad bar, get the sea bass at least.
Yeah. I can't imagine going to Fogo de Chão and ordering fish and just sitting there while men walk around with skewers of meat. And I mean,
also cannot imagine it that well, but you know, I saw. Whoa, the horsemen! They just appeared in front of me. I'm out of here.
They're not that scary.
Oh my God! When they appear in front of you, they are. You gotta watch my video, man. I'm literally jumping across these things and like lightning struck 3 blocks in front of me, and there's 4 horsemen attacking me with arrows.
Wow.
Kill one of their horses. Their horses are pretty weak, apparently. I guess they are all bones. They haven't worked out enough.
God.
So yeah, the Fogo de Chão.
The last time I went to one, because there's not one around here at all. It was at whatever convention we went to that we all went together.
San Antonio?
Yes, I don't even know. It's been so long. I don't remember the last time I was in one of these.
There we go. I always get the, I don't know if we talked about this before. I always find it odd because they specifically state that you can have anything, like the salad bar, when you get the salad bar. It's anything on the salad bar. Yet, they keep whole fruits on the salad bar. There's full pineapples up there. There's full tomatoes. There's full peppers, like for decoration. But they're like the real thing. There's the whole, what are those hams called? The ones that Zisto gets.
Oh, Serrano ham?
Is it Serrano ham? That they cut the slices of salami and stuff off of, or some of the prosciutto and all that stuff. There's whole ham sitting there that they'll cut more from when they need more. And on top of the salad bar is sometimes wine storage. And I've wondered, like, what would happen if I just grabbed the wine? I think we talked about this before, but I'm always curious whenever I'm there.
Not with me. They would definitely probably be like, sorry, sir, you can't. Chill out.
Do you have an argument to say, but it's on the salad bar?
I mean, you could say whatever you want, but they'd be like, that's not the intention or something. I'm sure that they would tell you no.
Because I bet you, if I pulled one of the full pineapples that's up there for decoration, you could probably get away with that. If you were like, oh, it's on the salad bar. If you just walked it back to your table and started like cutting it up and eating it, they'd probably be like, you're not supposed to do that. They would look at you like
you're a damn fool.
Yeah, but they'd probably let you get away with it. I'm not sure that they'd let you get away with the wine, but I'm wondering how much could they really, it's like the all-you-can-eat buffet. Can they really kick you out if you eat too much?
I mean, they definitely can. Like, there's been occasions where that happens, right?
And don't they lose those lawsuits? Isn't that always what happens? Is they lose those lawsuits?
I don't know. Have there been lawsuits over this?
Oh, absolutely. There's been lawsuits over people trying to go to all-you-can-eat buffets and being kicked out because they ate too much.
Huh. I feel like they would win that. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's one that's like a stipulation sort of thing where it's an all-you-can-eat within reason.
I mean, but who defines in reason?
I mean, I don't know. I guess there's no 24-hour place that's got an all-you-can-eat buffet. But like,
I'm sure there is, especially in Vegas.
Well, yeah, you're probably right. Well, yeah, well, maybe, probably. I mean, like, as a homeless person, let's say, you go in there. When they have
you purchase one meal and you stay there all day just eating.
Right. You sit there and you read a book after you're full and then wait till you're hungry again. Just keep reading a book until you're hungry again.
Yeah, I've always wondered about time frames on that stuff. And I have seen, like, they have brunches around here, like, with bottomless mimosas. And a lot of them I've started seeing advertised in the menu, 2-hour maximum or 3-hour maximum or something like that. For your table for the bottomless mimosas, but they started advertising it that way. Like, did they have to start advertising it because they couldn't just enforce it in general? Or are they just trying to make sure people know that they can't stay there all day to avoid conflict?
Maybe a little both. I still do feel like that with an all-you-can-eat buffet, there is like a time limit. There's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just all the honor system, though.
I mean, you're the one who has access to go to a what the hell's it called? The really good one by you? Not Old Country, but
When you done?
what's the buffet? The we went to it in Florida.
You talking about Golden Corral?
Golden Corral, that's it.
Yeah, they closed.
They did?
The one near me did.
It did? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's
not a
been over a
lucrative
year now. Since it
business.
closed.
Really?
I mean, yeah, like not all of them, just the one near me.
All of Golden Corral is closed? You ate them out? Of like
Yep.
Wow.
They couldn't. They couldn't handle it.
you just made your rounds to all the Golden Corrals, never left, and they couldn't handle it. It was over.
My daughter really liked Golden Corral too. She was upset. The funny thing was the place that moved in next was this hibachi, or just basically Chinese buffet. That also had like the hibachi and stuff. And they were literally like, there's another Chinese buffet. You could probably walk between the two in like 10 minutes tops. And so I was really confused. Like, really, that's what you're doing here? After Golden Corral apparently couldn't make it here, you're opening a Chinese buffet next door to the Chinese buffet. All right. So we tried it out, and it was also one of those ones that said they have all-you-can-eat crab legs on the weekends, and so I was like actually kind of excited about that because my daughter loves crab legs. The night we tried it out,
They opened on Monday and closed on Friday.
They were open for 5 weeks.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
5 weeks, and they were out of business.
Damn. What did I see the other day? I was driving, and it was this it was one of those Chinese buffets, but it was funny because sometimes you see them, they're named buffet. Like the name on the outside is just a buffet. This one wasn't just buffet, but God, I wish I remembered what it was. But it said something to the extent of like cheap buffet was the name of this restaurant. And I was like, wow, I'm actually very tempted to go in there right now.
Yeah. I saw one. I may have told you about this. It was named Silk Road. And I was like, huh, really?
Yeah, we did. You did talk about the one that was called Silk Road. Oh, the good old Silk Road.
Yeah, we never even got to try the all-you-can-eat crab legs because that wasn't something that, like, they advertised when they first opened. We just saw when we went in that it was a thing they were doing on the weekends.
5 weeks?
Yep. I mean, they were literally open, and it was awful too. The night we went, we tried it out. I was like, let's see if it's any better than the other Chinese buffet in town. And it wasn't. It was no better. I was like, you know what? This is their first, like, this is like their second night they've been open. I'll give it a few weeks. And I went to go back 5 weeks later, and they were closed. So far as I know, they made it less time, but it was definitely in 5 weeks they were closed because I went to go try it out. I
can't even imagine like being able to call anything in 5 weeks about your restaurant.
I know
situation.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, how bad was their first, like, second and third week that by that point they were like, all right, we're not going to make it.
Yeah, how much money can you possibly lose in 5 weeks at a restaurant to be like, well, just close the shop, we're done, it's over? Because, a lot of restaurants, don't make money their first, year or 2 or 3, or I've heard it's, a long time, but what happens in 5 weeks that you're just like, well, that didn't fucking work out. See you later.
Well, it is one of those things, too, though. Your first week is probably your best, right? Like, when you're new to a town, you open up the first time. Like, you're going to get all the people that come in trying you out for the first time.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Possibly, I guess. Yeah, it could build some hype, but I think the really good restaurants, the thing is they build up.
Right. I mean, you do build a customer base,
right?
I think.
So
but I guess if like on the second week you got half as many people as you got the first, you'd probably be in trouble, I would say.
But can you really tell that after being open for 5 weeks? Because even if I got no customers my second week, I would still think, okay, advertising or something to get people in the door.
The amount of money they had to put in to opening period had to be a lot. Granted, it still looked exactly like Golden Corral in there. You could see like on the walls where their art used to hang. You know how Golden Corral has that, like, this is how our sweet potato casserole is made. And it's
I've actually only been to Golden Corral one time, and it was with you.
Really?
Yeah, we don't have.
Well, they always have these, like, don't miss the apple pie, and like there's like a recipe, and it shows like a family eating it, and then like there's the recipe, and that's the kind of shit that hangs on the walls. It's not like just like random art. Well, you could see on the walls where that stuff was at because the wall was like a discoloration from where it had hung for so long. So like they didn't put up new art to cover that stuff. They didn't like paint over it or anything. So it looked exactly like Golden Corral without the stuff that was like visible that made it Golden Corral.
The only thing I could possibly think is, what if it was the same owners and they were just like, maybe a different restaurant name will bring in business, and they were like, nope, that didn't work. Okay.
Oh, as the other Chinese buffet?
Yeah. Yeah,
I guess it's possible.
That's the only reason I can see you closing after 5 weeks.
But the food was very different. So if that's the case, it was very different in terms of what they were serving and stuff. So I tend to not think that it was the same place. But, I mean, I guess it's possible. I don't know. It certainly didn't last long. I know that. And I feel like the startup cost has got to be higher than the maintaining cost.
Right, and that's why I feel like I've seen so many restaurants like come and go on 8th Street right around the corner from, my house, that there's just so many restaurants that come and go. And some of the ones that don't look like they're doing well are the ones that have sustained and been here for a long time. And then you got these ones that look like they're booming all the time, and they just fucking change over every, 6 months or whatever. It's a new place in there. And I get very confused at that stuff, but... yeah, I can't imagine. I don't think I've ever seen one last 5 weeks. I think 6 months is probably the quickest.
Yeah. I mean, normally, I was, like I said, I was surprised. I'm kind of curious how long. Like I said, I went back after 5 weeks. I'm wondering if they closed after 3 or some shit. I don't even know. Damn. I just know definitely they weren't open at the 5 week mark. There was a place in the town closest to me that I don't remember what restaurant it was first, but after whatever that restaurant closed, it was a series of restaurants for years. Like a place would move in, it'd last 2 or 3 months, and it would close. Something else would move in, 2 or 3 months, and it would close. And this went on for a very long time until Subway moved in, and it's been a Subway for like 20 years now or something like that. It's long ass time. I don't know how long, maybe not 20, but
and of all places, what made Subway last? I guess if it's been 20 years though, back in the heyday, back in the day, fast food restaurants were a big popular thing back in the day that are falling out of favor now. Yeah. Just like Chinese buffets were a huge thing back in the day that are falling out of favor now. Like Old Country Buffet used to be an awesome treat, even though the food wasn't that great. The selection and price was just... Things like that were fantastic. I thought it was awesome. Now I'm like, a place like that, whatever. I guess I'll just eat until I feel like I'm sick because that's all I can do at this place.
I remember going to like Golden Corrals or whatever as a kid with my mom, and she always had this mantra of you gotta get your money's worth. Keep eating. And it was like, I don't feel good. Eat more.
Well, your money's worth doesn't even cost that much money. Like
I know.
I feel like that if I go to Chow only because it costs so much money. Like, Old Country Buffet, like I'll drop like, I keep saying Old Country Buffet because that was the buffet we had like around like me when I was growing up, as opposed to Golden Corral, but essentially the same price. I feel like I could go get one helping and be like, I feel like I got my money's worth out of that. It was so
the price
cheap.
Just did go up over the years. I mean, like last time we went to Golden Corral, it was $15 a person. So that's
so I guess that is
super cheap. I guess
that is a decent amount. But when you're really thinking about it from the perspective, because back in the day, I think it was like $8 or $9 if I
probably
recall.
right.
But
and I was the kid, so it was probably cheaper. I guess we were really poor, but
15.
Still, my mom made such a big deal.
You're dealing with inflation at this point for one, and an all-you-can-eat like scenario.
Right. Right. I don't know how the Chinese buffets do it because the one we go to is $7 for an adult. Like, how you
$7?
Yep.
I remember the one we went to with my sister because she really wanted to take me. It was the one that had the Mongolian barbecue in the side as well. That was all part of the Chinese buffet experience.
Yeah, this one is.
We only paid $9.99, but it was because she had a coupon that brought it down from like $14.99 to $9.99 a person or something like that. But everybody eating there probably has the damn coupon, so.
Right.
So maybe it really is $9.99. But yeah, for $10 to have all you can eat Mongolian and normal Chinese barbecue or Chinese buffet, I mean.
Right. We never get the Mongolian at our Chinese buffet. I guess because we go to an actual Mongolian place and it's so much better because there's so much more selection and stuff. When we tried it at the Chinese, it's just not as good.
I will say it was very, very, very bland. It did not taste like anything.
Well, because I think like the difference,
means.
at least for our Chinese buffet with the Mongolian, is they have all the like meats and the vegetables and all that stuff, but they don't have the huge spice and oils and all that stuff that the Mongolian place that near me has, where you can really get like the flavor in there, compared to just here's bamboo shoots and my meat and whatever.
I'm curious. The Mongolian barbecue, is it a chain? Going by you?
I'm trying. It's called Crazy Fire.
Okay, so it's not BD's Mongolian barbecue.
No. It's not one of the most common.
Have you ever been to the BD's Mongolian barbecue?
I don't know. I've been to one, and it was a chain. It was in like San Francisco, and everyone's like, "This is all over the world," but I don't remember the name of it.
I wonder if that's this, because BD's Mongolian barbecue, like back in the day, we used to drive when I worked at this place that people there loved it. So on Fridays, every so often, we would drive an hour for our lunch to go get this BD's Mongolian barbecue. It was one of those days where basically after lunch you fucked off. It was, we were going out and getting the Mongolian. And then they put one in close to where our work was. So we started going there as like a normal basis. And it was relatively cheap for what it was. Because I think it was $9.99 for a bowl. And if you got 2 bowls, it was, it put you onto the all you can eat. Because I think we talked about this where yours is 3 bowls.
Yeah,
puts you into the all you can eat, and this one was 2 bowls, put you into the all you can eat, but it was still only like $14.99. But I will say for a chain, and it was a chain, clearly a chain, it was so good. There was so big of a selection, and I went to a Mongolian place. It's the only other Mongolian place I've been to besides this random Chinese buffet, and then one Mongolian restaurant here in DC. The Mongolian restaurant in DC, I was not a big fan of. I thought it was, again, very bland, and they didn't have the same amount of spices. They had some oil selection, but a very small one, and I was very disappointed compared to a standard old chain BD's Mongolian barbecue.
Right. Did you ever try the seafood at those?
Yeah.
I tried it once, and I did bad.
No, I used the beef. The beef is my go-to, but I've tried the seafood, the chicken. What else do they have at BD's? It's been so long since I've been to that place. But they had a huge meat selection. Yeah, they had goat. I think they had goat. They had lamb.
Really? Huh. Yeah, this place we go to doesn't have goat or lamb.
No, I don't even know if BD's Mongolian barbecue exists anymore. I'm going to look at the BD's Mongolian BBQ.
I normally go like dark meat, chicken, and pork.
I don't know if the chicken was ever split up into white and dark meat at BD's, if I recall.
This one has like Euro meat and stuff like that too. Sometimes I'll get that.
This is giving me recipes. I just want to know what they have on their menu.
My daughter basically wants an omelet when she goes there. She's
bacon,
like,
bison.
Eggs.
Yeah, bison.
Bison, wow.
Chicken, duck, egg,
wow,
ham, lamb, meatballs, pork, sausage, marinated pork, fajita marinated chicken, beef, diced beef, ribeye, pork, chicken. Yeah, and then it gets to the. I don't know if every restaurant or everyone has this, but it gets to the fish selection. There's tilapia, scallop, shrimp, and swai. But that might be specialty stuff that you get. I don't know. I'm looking at their nutritional facts of their food.
Right. That's a pretty big meat selection there.
Yeah, well, no, and the whole thing, like, and that's one of the things I remembered about BD's compared to this place that we went to was the selection was way bigger at this chain restaurant. And I guess maybe, and I say chain restaurant is a bad thing. I personally like chain restaurants, some chain restaurants, as opposed to what we talked about the other day. Chain restaurants have gone downhill in recent years.
Right.
In my opinion, but the concept of them, and that's maybe why BD's can get away with this, is they're meant to. This is what they do.
Right.
They have a big ability to get distributors and stuff as a chain. We need all this stuff because this is what our chain does.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what leads to the downhill in quality. Like I don't know, like Carrabba's. I don't know if you've ever been to Carrabba's. Carrabba's used to be good Italian food. And now it's like another Olive Garden.
Oh, is it really? But I thought Olive Garden
Yeah.
used to be good Italian food. So Olive Garden,
Well, everyone always said that. I don't remember a time when Olive Garden was any
yeah,
good.
once
though.
upon a time, Olive Garden was good Italian food, and then it became like shitty Italian food, and then Carrabba's came around, and then became like Olive Garden.
Yeah. I remember I used to really like Carrabba's, but every time I've gone in like the last like 3 or 4 years, it's just like
I do remember taking a girl to a date to Carrabba's because that's where she really wanted to go because she loved it and thought it was such an upscale Italian place. I haven't been there since then, since that day. Not because of that chick, but you know,
just she ruined it.
chick, I was over. Like couldn't deal with it anymore. No, not because of that chick, but yeah, it's kind of funny because she thought it was like the most upscale. And when I went, I was like, man, I feel like I'm in this upscale Italian place right now. Granted, I still lived in Flint, Michigan at the time, so
That was back when you had drinking water.
yeah. I mean, they still have drinking water. It's just maybe not good for you drinking water.
It kills you though.
It's got some lead in there. It's got some extras. You know. All you can eat buffet, man. All you can eat lead.
Wow, it sounds like you get shot.
I mean, yeah, well, that happens in Flint too. I mean, pick your poison: lead poison or lead poison. I guess pick your route of entry for the poison. It's
Pick your route of entry. Wow. All right. Well, with that, guys, we're gonna be done.
all right, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
See ya.